Thank you for staying. And this is where it gets interesting because we're hosting the Ghana Navy, and they, in partnership with Great Minds Events, will host the second edition of the International Maritime Defense and Exhibition Conference at the Kempinski Gold Coast Hotel. And this edition will bring about greater participation from regional air forces. But to get into the details now, we have joining the conversation Naval Captain Bright Atiayao and Squadron Leader Christopher Gada. Both of them joined the conversation this morning as we get into the Ghana Navy hosting the International Maritime Defense Exhibition Conference. Gentlemen, a very good morning to you.
Good morning.
Thank you so much for joining. But let's start with, even for me, this is the first time I'm hearing about the IMDEC. Yeah. So I will start with you, Naval Captain. What is the IMDEC? What is it all about?
Well, thank you for having us on the show today. And good morning to our viewers and listeners. IMDEC, which we call IMDEC, is the International Maritime Defense and Exhibition Conference. That's IMDEC. And this conference brings together chiefs of navies and air forces across Africa to come together, not the chiefs alone, but important maritime experts to come together and discuss pertinent maritime issues like the insecurity we are facing in our region, like the Gulf of Guinea specifically.
Right.
And this year, like you rightly mentioned, there's a greater participation of the Air Force because the Ghana Air Force, for the first time, has become a partner to IMDEC 2021. So we have also coming heads of air forces in the region to come and collaborate. This is because we have seen the importance and the significance of air and maritime cooperation in fighting maritime insecurity.
Let me come to you, Squadron Leader. Why is Ghana hosting it this time around? It's the second time, but the choice of Ghana, what went into it?
I think the conference is a brainchild of the Ghana Navy. They came up with the idea that it's important to bring together all the navies in the sub-region to address the common issues that affect all countries in the sub-region as far as the line of operation is concerned. So they brought it up, and so they are championing it along the sub-region. And we are happy to be on board this time.
Right. And we also know that the Kempinski Hotel, Gold Coast, is going to be the venue, for the conference. But what can you tell us about the theme for this conference and why that theme?
Well, you see, first of all, before I get to the theme, if you allow me, I'll tell you about the objective of the conference.
Right, please do.
And the objective of the conference this time is to ensure to deepen cooperation and interoperability among the African navies.
Right.
And also
all of these about 15 countries that are coming together.
Yeah, we need to deepen our cooperation. We've been cooperating, but we want to deepen the cooperation and interoperability, and also prefer some interagency way of solving maritime problems. You know, there are various maritime institutions. Everybody wants to be working individually, but we need to gather some synergy so that once we all come together, we'll be able to go the way forward by going interagency.
Right. So of course, if you're cooperating better, then of course some of these things, even working together, becomes less problematic.
Exactly. So, and also one thing we want also to do is to show that there is a link between a secure maritime domain and a developed blue economy.
Wow.
Hence our theme. Yeah. So our theme for this year's conference is maritime security and trade, a nexus between a secure maritime domain and a developed blue economy.
Wow. So that's interesting on the back of the objective that you stated. So squadron leader, coming to you then, what would be your expected outcomes? At least we know what the objective is. What are your expected outcomes?
So basically, after the conference, we expect to come up with a working framework that would be able to, like you said, create that synergy between all the countries affected by the issues that are being discussed, to be able to come up with a framework that would enable them overcome the challenges that they face at sea, from ranging from piracy, all the excesses that at sea that hinder on the national development for all the countries along the sub-region. So at the end of the day, we expect to be able to couch a framework that would help us better deal with those challenges at sea.
Okay. Now, in terms of the program proper, on the said day, there are going to be a number of attendees and some very prominent ones as well. Captain, can you walk us through, for example, the opening will be done by the Vice President, yes, and the closing by the Chief of Defense Staff. Tell us a bit more about who else you are expecting and who can attend, actually.
Wow. Thank you for the question. Apart from the over 15 Chiefs of Navies and Air Forces, we also have our international partners. There are representatives from African Command. There is representative from the United Kingdom. There are representatives from the ECOWAS Commission, Gulf of Guinea Commission.
Right.
And we have the Interregional Coordinating Center from at the ICC. And all other important maritime stakeholders in the region will be represented. Not forgetting our own political leadership.
Right.
The ministries, related ministries like the Ministries of Fisheries and Aquaculture Development. We have the Internal Ministry because we have the Marine Police. We have the ports and other coastal institutions who will be attending.
Right. Tell us, Squadron Leader, then. I mean, it's obviously going to be big. It's going to be a mammoth event. But what is the program lineup? What's on the agenda? So very quickly.
So it's going to be a 2-day program, starting on the 7th, tomorrow. And there are going to be a series of keynote speeches. We are going to have discussions as to the issues that concern us mostly and how we would overcome them. So we have a series of panel discussions. I think for the 2-day period, there's going to be 6 panel discussions to talk about the very critical issues, right, and how to deal with those issues. In between those, there will be workshops in teams of individuals discussing the issues as they are and prefer solutions to them as we go forward.
Right. So what would be then, I mean, the Air Force is going to have quite a role in this entire enterprise. Maybe you could highlight that and also your final words, as we get ready, gear up for this all-important conference, Captain.
Well, please, if you may allow me, I want to highlight a bit more on the program outline.
Okay.
It is actually starting tomorrow,
right,
with site visits to the Western Naval Command and then to the Air Force Base in Takoradi.
Okay.
And this is to give the delegates and the SBTs the first-hand view of the capabilities of the Ghana Navy and the Air Force, so that when they are in their discussions trying to prefer solutions, they will have the capabilities of the two services in mind to do that.
Right.
Then to your substantive question of my last words, I want to say that this conference is a very important one, because as you may be aware, the situation we face, unfortunately, at sea with piracy affecting our fishing industry, it has raised a lot of concern from relevant industries. And it is pertinent to note that the relevant industries are taking some action at addressing the situation at sea. And one of the outcomes we are expecting from the conference is for them to come up with strategies and also outline the modalities of ensuring that those strategies are followed.
Right.
And we also have the added advantage of our president being the chair of ECOWAS. Once they come out with those strategies, he will bring the member countries to be able to bring that to fruition. So we hope that going forward, the insecurity at sea will be resolved, if not eliminated completely. Thank you.
Very positive development, and we pray for the very best as you host this conference. Thank you very much, Naval Captain Atiayo and Squadron Leader Gada, for joining the conversation. We're going to keep close contact and see how we can also aid this process. Thank you, gentlemen, for coming through.
Thank you for having us.
And as we move from naval and maritime matters, showbiz with IB is up next. He's doing something right behind the camera. He'll be on shortly. Do stay.